WhiskyJason here. Whiskey from the viewpoint of an American in Germany tasting rare and exotic whiskey. Ta-da-da! Jameson 18-year-old Bow Street Cask Strength Irish whiskey. Boom! Alright, so 240 euros in Ireland. For some reason over here I got it for 150 euros in Germany, which I really still do not understand until this day. This is actually more of an unboxing video because I need to go through 3 different layers of material before I actually get to this nice little bottle here. So let's see if I can get this out. So it's in a bag, in a box, and in the box is another. Wow. So goodbye cardboard box. Hello oak box. And the particular part of the oak box is 2 things. 1, it gives you splitters. And 2, look at this nice little copper plate on top of that. So let's do this. Yep. Oh wait. As I said, let's do this. Da-da-da! Oh, it's actually covered with plastic. I didn't even see that. Oh, wow. Just like my cell phone was. I didn't even see that. So actually it's, oh, nice touch, people. So I think I'm paying more for the packaging than I am for anything else. So let's try to take this out of this oak box. So we have here the bottle with a nice little thing on top that makes a very annoying noise. And inside the box, there's actually another copper coin. So the Jameson Distillery, and it says on this coin. So take a closer look at the story that inspires this very bottle. A unique experience await you at the Jameson Whiskey.com. Bow Street is subject to local laws and requirements. So I'm going to be in Ireland, and I'm going to bring this little thing with me. The little cardboard thing at the top really didn't impress me, but everything else did. Even inside you have a little tiny wood neck holders. They actually cut out the bottom of this very, very nice box, but as I said, you get a lot of splitters here. This is actually, ooh, I have already broke it. I don't know, look. Oh no. What a shame. This is burnt or engraved. I think it's more of a burnt moment, and also in the back you have a nice little history here. A tribute to our original home. While our pot stills hum today in Midleton, Cork County, our heart still beats in Bow Street, Dublin, where John Jameson established his distillery in 1780. Jameson Bow Street, 18-year-old, da-da-da, is a tribute to our original home, with our finest distillates and hand-selected casks, conspiring to introduce hints of toffee, fudge, spice, and sherried fruitiness. After being distilled and matured in Midleton, the last chapter marks a return to Bow Street for a final finish in first fill bourbon barrels. Exactly right. So I'm actually just going to put this back down here so we can admire this wonderful piece of work. So this is over here at the moment. Okay. Glass. So this is like a challenge coin, actually. Does it fit on top? Ooh, it does. Oh, Scotch test dummies. Look, I've got one in copper. I didn't know. 18 facets on the bottle for 18 years. Very, very nice. 55.3% ABV. Also very, very nice. And so what we have here, one second. We have here is an 18-year-old whiskey that spent basically almost 18 years of its life in Midleton in ex-bourbon casks and ex-sherry casks. And then they're married together in a first fill bourbon cask in Bow Street in the heart of Dublin. And there it gets this finished for 6 to 12 months. The Billy Light, which is the master distiller at Midleton, says basically they got engaged at Midleton. the sherry and the bourbon, 18 years old, and then they get married in Bow Street there in Dublin. Yeah, it's a blend of pot still whiskeys and grain whiskeys, all triple distilled. And since 1975, nothing has been distilled and or matured in the Bow Street. It was turned into a museum, more of an experience center, and then last 2016 they shut it down for basically a year, and then since the end of 2017 it's become more of a working distillery, a micro distillery to be honest, and they actually now mature whiskey there. 240 euros is a lot of money. We're talking about $260 for an 18-year-old Jameson, which is way, way, way too expensive. This is the normal 18-year-old limited reserve. You get to do, here you have a nice little thing, and then you get to open it. It looks a little bit like the Longmore, and you have this. I haven't opened this yet, so I'm going to close it back up. I'm not going to compare it. This is cask strength. So, first of all, I'm going to nose. Yep. I get the pot still spices, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to get rid of this little monster, and I'm going to pull up something else, which I think should be comparable. Redbreast, cask strength, 12-year-old. Now, the problem is, this is, in my opinion, better. $80 or around that, $260. So 3 of these, 1 of these. What do you want? Both Midleton. The problem is, and this is the real big problem, sorry Billy Light, you put too much grain in this. This is a wonderful pot still whiskey, cask strength, fabulous, fabulous, fabulous. That's the nature of Redbreast. They are single pot still. Basically 60 to 80% unmalted, then grain, usually barley there in this case, and then 20% malted barley. Wonderful, wonderful taste. Here, they actually put grain whiskeys in there, which of course means also unmalted, maybe barley. And they actually distill it not in a pot still manner, but in a column still, just like we do with our bourbons. So, this nose is fabulous. This nose is okay. Now, for some reason in my journey with whiskey, and in particular with Irish whiskey, I just totally skipped over Jameson. It was, oh yeah, at a wedding you get Jameson. It's the only thing they have there. Okay, I'll take it. Better than nothing. Better than having to drink beer, which I don't like. And so it's just not my cup of tea because they use a lot of grain. Now, I like grain whiskey. I like paddy. I like Irish whiskey with grain. But if I was to compare it to something like this would always lose. And the problem that I have is this is basically the super, super premium edition of Jameson. Yeah, going back to our cars, imagine you have I'm in Germany, you have a VW. This, of course, is our nice little Passat or maybe an Audi or whatever. Now, VW Audi Group actually owns Bugatti. Yeah, and you cannot compare the two, and you do not expect the Bugatti to even the normal Passat, the normal Audi have a chance against the Bugatti. Even the V10 Audi R8 doesn't even have a chance versus the Bugatti. And this is really the problem. I expected something much, 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 much more along the lines of this. And it's not. It's a Jameson. It's got a lot of grain in it. And it's, I actually have the Jameson Black Barrel here. And I can actually put this up here as well. And I'm going to actually just compare the nose, and it's really, really interesting that this is more comparable to that than this is, even though it's all from Midleton. And I really must admit, guys, at Midleton, excellent, excellent job. You have the Method and Madness, you have Powers, you have Redbreast, you have Jameson, you have a lot of other brands as well, and they all actually taste different. Well done, well done, well done. So, Jameson Black Barrel, Jameson 18, Bow Street, owned, Redbreast. It's so much better. So, 55.3%. I'm going to take a little nip, put some water in there, and then try again. Yeah, I did my video in German already. I know exactly what to expect, and what really, really puts me off is the fact that that grain whiskey is so evident. It's an 18-year-old whiskey. 18-year-old green whiskey should be nice, should be vanilla, should be cream, should be smooth, and it's not. And that is really, really where I just kind of go, guys, you put so much effort, you put so much money in the marketing and the packaging. Where's that great juice? Where's that great distillate? Where did it go? Why am I paying so much money for something that's not half as good as this? So, okay. Now, it's a solid B. But I expect an A for this price, and that's really, really my problem. Now, you get the citrus, you get a little bit of the honey, you get a lot of the grain, which really, really disturbs me today for some reason, more than ever before. And it's also a sharp grain. It's a little bit of a, it's pepper with almost like a soap moment. If I go to the black barrel from Jameson, it's a very, very, very similar profile. Yeah, there's not much difference when you put a little bit of water in there. But I go over here to my Redbreast, my 12-year-old. I have actually here the batch B117 with 58.2%. The pot still spices, the creaminess, the vanilla, the entire process is just going up and up and up and up. It's just a wonderful mouthfeel. The viscosity of this is just so much better than over here. And that's what I was expecting. I'm going to coin the term, maybe you will not like it, but that's what I'm talking about in German a lot more, is the Papi effect. You expect Papi to be up here, and actually it's only here. At least that's what I expected. That's what I experienced. And therefore that difference is so much that you're very disappointed. Now, if I take something that's not something I expect, and I expect to hear, and it's actually here, it's amazing. And if I expect something here and it's actually here, oh no. And if I expect something here and it's only still here, big disappointment. Papi effect. And that's what I had. I expected here to have something nice, and it was fantastic. And here I had something that I expected to be fantastic, and it's okay. And that's the effect that I'm going to have. All right, so I gave it a solid B, almost a B minus. I think I actually gave it a B minus in German. Value for money. 240 euros. Come on, guys. No. You failed. This is never, ever, ever worth this. Now, the nice little box here, I'm sure this is worth 20-some euros all by itself. But, no. The bottle 18 facets. A really made bottle just for this. Fantastic. Another €5, I'm sure. But €25 just for the packaging, no thank you. I would much rather have an excellent whiskey with a paper carton box rather than an excellent packaging with an okay whiskey. So that's why I'm going to fail this. I actually only paid €150 for it, which is still over $180, $190. Terrible. And I can get this for 80, so it's a no-brainer. All right, Whiskey Jason here, whiskey from the viewpoint of American. Very disappointed today. I expected a way better whiskey, and I got something that's just okay, a B. It's good, but it's not great. So my question of the day is, what is your favorite Jameson expression? I've had the 18-year-old a few times, not in front of the camera yet, but I have, and this is my favorite. This is very nice, very smooth, very good. And what is your favorite Jameson expression? Black barrel, whatever, the standard. There are so many things out there. All right, please subscribe. Please tell others about this crazy American over here in Europe tasting rare and exotic whiskeys. And I thank you very much. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, my content is then published. See you soon.